Soft dawn light gently awakens a young woman in a shimmering white gown in a magical meadow. Gracefully, she rises. Cheerful birds sing, and mischievous fairies shower her with delicate rose petals. Her eyes widen at a shimmering, ornate wooden box in the grass. With curious hands, she lifts its lid. An elegant letter lies inside. As she reads its ancient script, a resonant voice whispers, "My princess, I am back." Turning, she beholds Prince Kale, handsome atop his white stallion, his eyes radiating a love that spanned ages. Tears streaming, she rushes into his embrace. As he holds her, her simple gown transforms into a princess dress. Hand in hand, they mount the stallion, riding towards their distant, shimmering fairy tale castle spires. Within the castle's quiet grandeur, they find solace, beginning their reunited life, a silent promise in the night. Next morning, Lyra opens her window. Kale embraces her, whispering words of endless fortune. Below, birds chirp, fairies dance, celebrating their love story, a meadow's promise fulfilled, happily ever after.
Jack, Anna, Emma, and Ben lived happily on a big farm with many animals. Each morning, they fed chickens, cows, and sheep. "Good morning, everyone," Jack said. Gathering sheep, Emma cried, "Oh no, where's Pip?" A baby lamb was missing. The family searched the barn, fields, and hay bales, calling for Pip. Ben suggested Pip often played near the old apple tree. They remembered. They followed tiny hoof prints leading to the apple tree, near a small stream. Hidden by bushes, they found Pip. His leg was caught under a fallen branch. Jack tried lifting the heavy branch, but it wouldn't budge. They needed help. Working together, they pushed and lifted. The branch moved, and Pip wiggled free. Pip scampered to his mother. The family hugged, proud of their teamwork.
Misozi loved her family deeply, but their small home often echoed with whispers of worry about money and difficult times. Then, her parents heard about a grand village dance competition, promising a prize that could change everything. They looked to Misozi with hope. Misozi wanted to help, but practicing the complex traditional steps felt strange, and her family had no new beads or chaiteng for her to wear. Elder Thandi, seeing Misozi's quiet determination, invited her to discover the hidden meaning behind each bead and graceful movement. As she learned, Misozi discovered the dance was more than steps. It was a vibrant story of their ancestors, filled with spirit and wisdom. With every fluid move, Misozi felt a deep connection to her heritage, realizing she was dancing for her family and her community's legacy. On the day of the dance, many talented girls gathered, and Misozi felt a familiar flutter of nerves returning in her stomach. But as the music began, Misozi remembered Elder Thandi's words and poured her heart into the dance, finding her true rhythm. The crowd cheered wildly, and she saw her parents Naledi and Sakani beaming with pride, their worries softened by her radiant spirit. The prize was welcome, but Misozi realized the greatest gift was the strength she discovered within herself and the joy she brought to her family.
Lily, Max, and Zoe saw the big happy bus. Pip, Squeak, and Bounce jumped on board too. Vroom, vroom! The bus began to roll. Look! A red bird sang, "Chirp, chirp." Children waved bye-bye. Bird waved too. Pipsqueak chased Bounce's fluffy tail. Giggles, giggles, happy sounds all around. They saw a big park with swing. Ollie, a fascinating octopus, glides through the deep blue ocean. He's a cephalopod, like his cousins, the speedy squid and cunning cuttlefish. But Ollie has unique powers, not just a cool look, but incredible abilities. Did you know Ollie has 3 hearts and bright blue blood? 2 hearts pump blood through his gills, bringing oxygen from the water. The 3rd heart sends oxygen-rich blood to his entire body. So amazing. When Ollie swims fast, that 3rd heart stops. He needs to save energy. That's why he often crawls along the seabed, smart and energy efficient. Ollie's nervous system is super cool. Most neurons are in his arms. Each of Ollie's arms can think and move almost on its own. Incredible!
Elara and Leo played outside their cozy village home. "Look," giggled Elara, finding a big, red apple. "Wow," said Leo, "how do we share this apple so fair?" A little squirrel watched them from a tree. Chitter, chitter. Elara wanted a big piece and Leo wanted a big piece too. Thought Elara. "Maybe we can cut it with this stick." Snip, snap. The stick broke, not quite right. "I know," said Leo. "You cut, and I choose first." Slice, slice. The apple was perfectly fair for both. Yum! Elara and Leo happily ate their fair, yummy apple.
Chanda, with a kind smile, helps a demanding neighbor, but receives only a quick nod before they rush off. Later, Chanda sits alone in a quiet cafe, staring out the window, lost in thoughts of yearning for genuine connection. A chance encounter in a bookstore. A young girl drops her treasured book, and Chanda instinctively helps her. The girl's genuine "thank you" resonates deeply, sparking a small, unfamiliar flicker of warmth within Chanda. Driven by this feeling, Chanda decides to prioritize self-care, choosing a quiet evening walk over an unwanted errand. She discovers a community garden needing help and decides to contribute her time, not out of obligation, but joy. Working in the garden, Chanda finds quiet companionship with other volunteers, sharing laughter and stories. She starts setting gentle boundaries with those who took advantage, feeling empowered and respected for the first time. Chanda realizes true kindness is also kind to oneself, leading to genuine connections born from mutual respect. She finds her bloom, appreciating herself, and radiating a quiet joy that attracts the love and appreciation she always sought. In ancient Eldoria, elves and dwarves prepared for war against orcs and trolls. Orcs and trolls, led by Grom the Destroyer, marched across the plains, drums beating. Queen Leora and King Brock rallied their diverse forces, urging them to stand strong. The two armies clashed on the plains, a thunderous roar echoing through the valley. Amidst the chaos, young elf scout Lyra got separated, lost in the battle's fog. She stumbled upon a wounded young orc, Grook, lying helpless in a rocky crevice. Fear turned to empathy. Lyra, despite the war, gently tended to Grook's injuries. Grook's parents, searching for him, witnessed Lyra's unexpected act of kindness. Their hardened hearts softened. The parents spread word, and fighting slowly ceased. Leora, Brock, and Grom met, realizing empathy could build bridges, not just walls.
Every morning, Leo woke up early, brushed his teeth, ate his breakfast, and got ready for school. At school, his kind teacher, Mrs. Green, announced, "Today, we will learn about helping others." Leo listened carefully, a thoughtful expression on his face. He wondered, how can I help someone today? During recess, Leo saw his friend Tom sitting alone on a bench in the sunny schoolyard, looking upset. Leo walked over asking, "Hi Tom, what's wrong?" Tom sadly explained, "I lost my pencil and I can't do my homework." Leo smiled warmly and offered, "You can use mine." Tom's face brightened immediately. "Thank you, Leo." Later in class, Leo noticed Mia struggling with her colouring. He instinctively offered to share his crayons. They coloured a big, vibrant picture together, their laughter filling the classroom with joy. At the end of the day, Mrs. Green praised Leo, saying, "Your kindness truly brightened our classroom today, Leo." Leo walked home, his heart full. Helping others wasn't just kind, it made his own day happy too.
In a dark and distant land, Draven the Shadow King and Kale the Fire Warrior were powerful enemies. Draven said, "I will cover the world in darkness." Kale replied, "I will burn your shadows away." They met in a broken valley. Draven raised his hand, and shadows rose like black smoke. Kale slammed his fist, and fire exploded. The sky turned dark. The ground trembled. Their clash unleashed an unstable storm, threatening the valley. They saw the chaos spread. A small, frightened creature emerged, trapped by the rising energy. Realizing their battle harmed all, they turned to face the chaotic storm together. Draven's shadows anchored the storm, while Kale's fire purified its wild heart. A radiant light burst forth, calm and pure as the storm dissipated into balance. Draven and Kale stood, no longer enemies, but guardians of a newfound peace.